and welcome to floor exercise class. We'll be doing everything on mat today. So let's go ahead and get started with a warm-up. First thing we're going to do is warm up the shoulders and the upper body a little bit. So we're just going to bring one shoulder forward and the other one back. Taking some nice big deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Bring your shoulders up to the ears and down. Press up and press down. Warming up the neck, warming up the shoulders. It just feels really good to move in general. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to go back to pressing one shoulder forward, pressing the other shoulder back. Definitely have to warm up that upper body for today's movements. 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to pressing up to the ears and press down. Pressing up to the ears, pressing down to the floor. There we go. 3, and 2, and 1. We're going to bring one arm across the chest, press that arm in. All right, squeeze the upper back and press the chest, the arm to the chest on the other side. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands out right in front of you. Make a fist and squeeze back. Reach and squeeze. Reach and squeeze. All right. Engage the core, sit up nice and tall, activating more of those upper back muscles. 3, and 2, and 1. Place one hand on the floor, other hand comes all the way up, and we're going to reach overhead and to the side. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's try the other side. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to bring hands to the opposite knee. The other hand kind of comes in back of you. Gentle spinal stretch. We're moving oh so gentle just to wake up those, the spinal column, wake up the vertebrae a little bit. 3, and 2, and 1. Right, that looks great. Go ahead and extend your legs out. We're just going to shake it out a little bit. Get some blood flowing through those legs. I'm going to go ahead and swing to the side just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm supporting myself. I'm going to use a fist-like movement so I don't have to put too much pressure on my wrists. And I'm just pumping those ankles. Ankle pumps, alternating ankle pumps right here. 3, and 2, and 1. Let's go back to shaking that out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lean back just a little bit more. I'm going to lift up one leg ever so slightly off the floor and do more ankle pumps. Why not? In fact, we can get in here and do some side-to-side movements. Creating a lot of range of motion in that ankle. 3, 2, 1, and other side. All right. Let's get the side-to-side action going on left to right. That range of motion in there. 3, and 2, and 1. We shake it out. All right, let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the mat. We're hugging the knees into our chest like this. We're going to bring our chin to our chest, round out the shoulders, belly button to the low back. And then we're going to breathe in and squeeze the upper back, sitting up nice and tall. Let's do that again. Exhale. And breathe in. Squeeze the upper back. And breathe out. Belly button to the low back. Let's try that again. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, let's go ahead and bring yourself all the way down to the mat. Oh, that feels really, really nice. Let's bring in one leg to the chest and other leg to the chest. All right. Bringing in both knees. And we're going to do a gentle rock side to side. 3, 2, 1. Well, since we're here, we're going to start activating those core muscles. So we're going to bring one knee up at a 90-degree angle. My knee is at a 90-degree. And with my palm, I'm going to press my palm right into my knee. So my knee is pressing into my palm and I'm resisting back. And when I resist back, I'm going to press my low back into the mat. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's try the other side. So I'm bringing in my knee and I'm pressing my knee into the palm of my hand while pressing my belly button into my spine. 3, 2, 1. Let's try that again. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're working on lower abdominal muscles right here. Let's try that again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. This time we're gonna continue pressing our belly button to the spine, our low back to the mat. So we're getting in this pelvic tilt is what it's called a lot of times in exercises. So you bring your belly button all the way to your low back, you press your low back all the way into the spine, and when you do, you lift up your hips ever so slightly. Let's try that again. This is me being completely relaxed, pressing in, low back to the mat, and gently lifting up my hips ever so slightly. And so pelvic tilt is where you start tucking in that tailbone. When you tuck in that tailbone, you lift up the hips just a little bit. So now we're going to lift up the hips a little bit more, right into a bridge pose. We gotta love those bridges. Gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, come right back down to the floor. Let's get that pelvic tilt in and come right up into that bridge. 3, 2, 1. Roll down. Roll your back, your mid back to your low back, to your pelvis, all the way down to the floor and relax. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Here we go. Pelvic tilt, all the way up into a bridge. 3, 2, 1. Roll back down. All right, we got one more right here. Pelvic tilt, bridge. 3, 2, 1, and roll back down. All right. That felt really good. So now what we're going to do is a variation of a bridge pose to where now we're going to work on the outer sides of the hips. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going back to our bridge pose, and then we're going to bring out the knees and work right here in this area. Going to bring the knees back into a traditional bridge pose, and then roll back down. Let's try that again. I'm going to use my arms to show you what I'm doing, but you can keep your arms right here for support. So we go up into a bridge, and then we bring the knees out, we bring the knees together, and we come back down. Let's try that one more time. Bridge. All right, get in those adductor muscles, and then come right back down again. Nice work. We are now going to transition to our side. So we're going to do a side leg raise. Extending out the leg, make sure that your shoulder and that your forearm are nicely stacked, your elbows are nicely stacked. And then we're going to point our toes out forward. We're here, side leg raise for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and relax your leg. Keep your leg extended because we're going into a side plank. So here you can keep your hand on the floor. Make sure that your elbow and your shoulder are stacked upon each other, and we're gonna lift up on our side. Here we go, like that. I'm gonna put my hand right here so you can see. I'm using my legs. I'm using a lot of my side core muscle right here, and I am sort of leaning on my shoulders, so you want to make sure that your shoulders are nice and safe in this position. 2, 1, and right back down again. All right, let's go ahead and just shake out that one a little bit. And just shake out the shoulder a little bit, make sure that it's nice and loose and not tight, because we're going right back into those side leg raises. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax the legs. We're going right back up into that side plank. Here we go. All right. Using a lot of abdominal muscles right here. Got to work those obliques. We're almost done here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Let's go ahead and just relax right here for a second. Now, we did some core activators earlier on in the warm-up that kind of took a little stress on the hip flexors and on the quadriceps. So what we're going to do now is extend the other leg out, the leg that's closest to the mat. We're going to see if we can grab onto the top part of the foot and give yourself a really nice stretch. So I'm bringing back my knee, I'm bringing back my foot towards my glute, I'm giving myself a really nice quadricep hip flexor stretch. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You can choose just to flip over, but since I'm teaching, I'm just going to finagle myself to the other side so I can still face you. All right, shoulder, elbow stacked. We're going to extend the top leg out. I'm going to move myself a little bit more so I can get in the screen here. All right, aligned, aligned, aligned. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax that leg. We're going to prop this leg up, and we're going to use a lot of our abdominal muscles to do that side plank. We're here just for a few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, let's go ahead and just shake out that arm. Make sure the shoulders nice and loose. We're not tightening anything up that shouldn't be nice and tight. All right, we're going back to the side leg lifts. Make sure that you're nice and aligned. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, here we go with our side plank. Lifting up. Concentrating. We're breathing. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, let's fully relax because we're going to lay down. Get your head nice and comfortable. All right, so this time I'm going to bring up that top leg, and we're just going to hold on to the top of the foot, bring that knee back as much as we can. So bringing the foot to the glute as much as we can, the knee back as much as we can. Really feel that nice stretch. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. So now we're gonna roll right over onto our stomach here. We're gonna bring our hands right to our chest, so right underneath the shoulder, right where the chest is, right underneath the shoulder. Okay. So we're gonna come here and gently lift up. So some of you might only be able to lift up just a little tiny bit, but if you have some good range of motion in your back, you can lift up just a little bit more, and then we're gonna go right back down. Okay, bringing your forearms to the floor, just like this. We're gonna curl our toes under, and we're gonna lift our whole body up into a plank. Here we go, lift up into a plank. 3, 2, 1, and right back down again. Hands right underneath your shoulders, and we're gonna lift up the upper body. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so I'm looking at myself and I see the way that the camera is angled. My planks look a little bit funny, so I'm gonna see if I can angle myself in a different way so you can kind of see what my planks look like. You tuck under your toes, and then what you really want to do here is this is a full body workout. You're working your legs, your abs, and your arms and your shoulders. So here you want to make sure that your lower back isn't sinking into the floor like this. That's just gonna really hurt the low back. I would rather see a little bit of a pike than the lower back sinking in too much. So here we are, and I'm trying to get a good angle so my planks don't look funny. 3, and 2, and 1, and let's go ahead and rest. That's really nice. Okay. I hope they feel nice. All right, so we're going into a child's pose. So again, we're gonna bring our hands right underneath our shoulders. We're gonna lift up. This time we're gonna bend our knees, and we're getting a really nice back stretch right here. 2, 1. Okay. So from here, we're in tabletop position. Shoulders, elbows, wrists are aligned with each other. And then same here, you want the hip joint and then the knee to be aligned with each other. So we're going in to a bird dog where we lift up one leg, and then we actually lift up the opposite arm, and we kind of try to bring it into the straight line. So we have to hold our core. Our core is engaged. And we're reaching and extending our arms, and we're extending our legs. 3, 2, 1. Come back to tabletop position. Other arm extends out. We want to reach as far as you can, like you're trying to touch the wall with your fingertips. And also you're trying to extend out with your leg as much as possible. You're also wanting to make sure that your core is nice and engaged. But you really can't tell with my scrubs that that's what I'm trying to do. Let's go ahead and come back. Let's go back into that child's pose, get a nice stretch in here. 3, 2, 1. Go back into tabletop. So now we're gonna add a challenge to this. So when we go into our bird dog, we're gonna pulse up with our arm and our leg 3 times. And it's gonna look like this. So extend, extend, and pulse up. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try it with the other side. Extend, extend, and pulse. 2, 3. Woo. Let's try that again. Here we go. 1, and 2, and 3. Let's try that one more time. 1, and 2 and 3. Let's go right back into that child's pose, getting a nice back stretch right here. All right. The knees, we're going to go ahead and curl those toes under, sitting on our heels. Now this is a little bit tricky, especially if there's a bit of a knee problem here, so we're going to go nice and slow with this exercise. So here, I'm going to hold on, we're actually going to sit on our hands kind of, we're holding onto our heels, and then we're going to gently lean back, and we're going to push our hips forward like this. And when we push our hips forward, we have to squeeze our glutes and we stretch the quadriceps and the hip flexors. And then we go right back to a sitting position. Let's try that again. We're here for 6 seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest. Let's try that one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and okay. Let's go ahead and come back to a seated position. I know that we said that we were doing floor exercises, but we are moving all over this mat, which is good because we want a lot of that range of motion. It's nice to be able to work on the floor and get around on the floor a little bit. It really sort of solidifies this concept of body work and what you can do with your own body weight. All right. So here we're going into a bit of a strength stretch exercise where we're actually going to bring the soles of our feet together. Okay, then we're going to hold on. So the chest is lifted, so I'm not hunched over like this. I'm lifting my chest a little bit. Okay, we're just going to get in here and get a nice stretch. Of course, there's more to this movement. You know that there is. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to see if I can kind of get it from this angle a little bit, is that with the soles of the feet together, we are pressing our elbow against the inner part of the knee. So you see my elbows are kind of like in the inner part of my knee, okay? And it's also like the forearm right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to resist. So I'm trying to bring my knees together, but my forearms are not allowing me to do that all that easily. So I have to work. So I'm resisting. Okay, so we're here and we're resisting, and then we're going to relax. And when we relax, we're going to deepen that hip stretch. Okay, so let's try that for 6 seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax and stretch. I'm hoping this is making sense. So I'm trying to bring my knees together and my arms are not letting me do that all that easily. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Deepen the stretch. Now I noticed that time that I was actually using a little bit more of my forearms, which is just fun. Let's try that again. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and deepen the stretch. We're going to stay here for just a second with this stretch. And what we're doing is we're gently moving the upper body, kind of like shoulder to opposite foot. Shoulder to opposite foot, and of course the other shoulder is going back a little bit. So we get this beautiful range of motion in our upper back, but still getting a nice stretch going all the way down to the back and of course the thighs. All right, I think we better shake that out again. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, so we're coming right back full circle into lying back down on this mat on our backs, and we're gonna head into some more ab work. Who's ready for more hour? I hope you are. Okay. Here we go, lie down on the back. Let's just relax here just for a second and just get comfortable. Move the legs around a little bit if you need to. All right. We're headed into a modified bicycle. So that is where you have, I like to place my fingertips right in the back of the ear, and I do that so I don't pull on my neck. So you can absolutely put your fingertips on the back of your head, just don't pull your neck forward because then your neck's gonna hurt. Okay? So I want you to watch out for that. I want you to bring opposite elbow to opposite knee, come right back. Let's alternate. So you're lifting up your upper body, your scapula comes off of the mat. And we're just doing opposite elbow to knee. Now rest. If your head is getting tired, just rest. And then when you're ready, come back and join us. Breathing out. Breathing out. How you doing over there? Doing pretty good? Try not to pull on your head all too much. If you need to rest, just rest. All right. Let's go ahead and be done with that. Take a break. That feels really nice. All right. Let's go ahead and come back to a tabletop position. If you have weights, go ahead and grab one weight is all we need for this. So we're going to work a little bit on some upper body movements. And then we're going to work on lower body here on the mat. Okay? So we have our weight right here. And then one hand is just going to be placed right here. Make sure that your shoulder and your elbows are aligned with each other. And we're going to take another weight and make sure that your spine is nice and neutral. And we're just going to do some rows. We're going to do 10. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll that weight over, grab it with the other hand, make sure that your spine is nice and aligned and your abs are engaged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and pull that weight right off the mat. Let's do a little bit of stretching with our wrists, with our fingers, with our hands. All right, we're going to do a bear hold next. So this is kind of fun. It is a little wrist heavy, but it really focuses a lot on the core. So let's get started with it. You want to tuck in your, tuck under your toes. We're going to have that tabletop position. All right, so here we go. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to gently lift our knees off of the floor using your abdominal muscles and our leg muscles. And we're just going to stay right here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead and give your hands and wrists a little love there. Shake it out if you need to shake it out in all sorts of directions. It's okay to look a little silly because we want our hands to be good for us. Okay, let's try that again. Tabletop position. Breathing out, lift up the knees. Use your abdominal muscles. Don't let your low back sink in. 3, 2, 1, and rest. ahead and check that out. All right. I'm going to move it this way. We're still tucking our toes under, but we're going to move to, oops, my head's getting cut off in the camera here. That's all right. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to do some side crunches. So side crunches are just, you can go up into your, onto your knees. My head gets cut off when I do this, but you can go here and here. So we're getting a nice side crunch and a stretch all at the same time. If that's too much for your knees or you need to put your toes under, you can come here and then just kind of make a fist and then just do sort of mini ones right here, which is what I'm going to have to do. So you can see my face. So here's for a few more. 3 and 2 and 1. It's really beautiful to get some really nice range of motion and strength in those areas. We are back to our weight. We're going to do one more set of those single back rows. So we're here in our tabletop position. All right, spine is neutral, core is engaged. We're here for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go ahead and move that out of the way. Take care of those wrists. Okay. Sitting back on the mat again. We're going to warm up with some abdominal balancing movements. So we're going to lift up one leg off the mat, and then we're going to lift up the other leg and see if we can hold this position. So you want to breathe, and you want to make sure that you're not sinking down. You want to stand up nice and straight. 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Shake that out a little bit. Okay. We're going to do that again. So much fun. Here we go. Lifting up one leg and the other leg. Sitting up nice and tall. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Crisscross the legs and let's get that back stretch in there. Looking good. 2, and 1. All right. Let's go into some more abdominal work. Our backs. So here we are. So this time we're going to do straight leg. I hope that you can see me. So it's opposite hand to opposite leg. All right, and we're going to lift up like this, and we're going to do 8 counts on each side. Here we go. 1, 2. You can hold on and support your head if you need to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, we did it. We did it. Let's come all the way up. All right. We're going to get in a nice stretch, and then we are done. So, how we're gonna do the stretch, we're gonna actually bring one leg out to the side, all the way over there. All right, we're gonna bring the other arm up and we're gonna reach. So one arm is reaching up overhead and the other hand is reaching towards the foot. Yes, we are attempting to do this. But we got this, we're good at this. So we're gonna lean forward a little bit and then we're gonna see if we can use our core muscles to stretch out and up. And then we lean forward and kind of just lean and reach up. Let's try that one more time. Forward and then reach up. Perfect. Maybe you're facing me. I think your hips are at least facing me. So now what we're going to do is if our hips are facing this way, we're going to now face this way. And now we're going to start reaching for our toes. So you can reach for your toes, your ankles, wherever it is that you feel comfortable reaching. It shouldn't hurt. There shouldn't be any pain with this. So you might be here. And that's perfectly fun to be here. In fact, that still feels really, really good. All right, let's go ahead and reach sides. So we bring one foot in and then the other foot just to the side of us like that. Okay. So let me straighten up here. One arm goes up overhead and to the side as we reach the other hand towards our foot. It's a beautiful stretch. I probably all through here and even into the low back, and especially when we start to lean forward. So our shoulder starts to go towards our foot, but then we expand. We expand and lift the chest up towards the ceiling. And then we use our abdominal muscles to lean towards the mat. And then we use our abdominal and back muscles to expand and start lifting up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and bring that down. We're going to sort of shift the upper body. And now we're facing, the chest is more or less facing the foot, okay? So now we're getting a beautiful stretch back here in the low back. And again, if you can reach for your toes, reach for your toes. If you're not as flexible, there's not a whole lot of range of motion there, you can stay here. You can use a towel and wrap that towel around your foot and you can get a nice stretch right now. 3, 2, 1. Oh, let's bring it up. And take a nice big deep breath and reaching over. And exhale. Thank you so much for being here today with our floor workout, and I will see you next